Let's make some coquito. Hello, welcome to Liz Forks and Flights. Today we're making a Puerto Rican recipe just in time for the holidays. You gotta keep this one. And can you guess what it is? Well, I'm gonna give you a hint. We have a special guest, Mr. Don Q. Did you guess it? Yeah, we making Coquito. We're making Puerto Rican Coquito today to get all your family and friends lit for the holidays and celebrate. So for my Spanish speaking people, hoy vamos a hacer una receta de Coquito de Puerto Rico para celebrar Nochebuena y Navidad. Let's get started. So the ingredients that you would need in order to make this recipe come to life is carnation milk, right? Carnation milk. Sweetened condensed milk. Coconut milk, I like this brand. Coco López, you can't do it without Coco López. At least that's the way I was taught. We're gonna use eggs and I'll show you the process as to why. Some vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract. We're doing a tea with cinnamon and star anise. Let's get this party started. So first, we're gonna beat the eggs. We're gonna start out with that, so I'll be right back. Okay, so in a bowl, you're gonna take an egg and you're gonna separate the yolk from the white. We're keeping the yolk, we're getting rid of the white. So after you have divided your yolk from your white, you put that in the bowl and you follow the same process. We're gonna get rid of the white. And all we're keeping is the yolk. All right, so then we're gonna beat our yolk. So this is my 2 yolks in there. We're gonna just beat that. Gonna beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. It's gonna have a creamy consistency like this. It doesn't look like much in this bowl, but it's enough because I'm making a batch, like one of each thing except for the eggs. So 1 can of carnation milk, 1 can of coconut milk, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, 1 can of Coco López, and we're gonna move on, okay? All right. So in this bowl, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your carnation milk, I already opened the can, and you're gonna start pouring it in and mixing. Continue mixing until the eggs and the milk become one. Put that to the side, continue mixing, right? The egg is gonna have a yellow consistency color because of the yolk, of course, but you're gonna mix it for a good minute. All right, now that the egg and the milk is all mixed in, we're gonna cook it on low heat. And I'm gonna bring y'all along. We don't wanna get sick, so no raw eggs. So I'm using a saucepan. I'm literally putting it on low, like extremely low. The lowest that you can on your stove. We're gonna take the eggs that we beat with the evaporated milk, and we're gonna start pouring it in here. And let's get rid of this bowl for now. And we're gonna come back here. You're gonna continue mixing for 6 to 10 minutes until this becomes a custard. You're gonna just cook the eggs and the milk on low heat. You don't want scrambled eggs, right? So you're gonna continue mixing it until it becomes a custard. So let me do this and I will be right back with y'all. We're also gonna prepare the tea for I put the eggs and the cream to the side. I mean the eggs and the milk to the side. So we're gonna prepare in a pan, in a saucepan, cinnamon sticks, star anise. I always think these are so pretty. And we're gonna just fill that up. This saucepan holds 3 cups of water. Of course, most of it is gonna boil off. So I'm gonna fill it all the way up to 3 cups of water, but we're only using 1, if that makes sense. Si te dicen que yo me estoy curando, es la verdad. All right, so our saucepan is filled. I'm gonna put that on the stove so that can start cooking. And we'll come back to that. And the stove is still on for this custard. So I am mixing this, right? So we're still stirring until it becomes like a custard thick. And that's the tea that I'm making in the back. So we're still stirring until the evaporated milk and the egg become thick, like a custard, sort of. And this is the way I was taught to make my Puerto Rican coquito. A toda mi gente puertorriqueña, a toda mi boricua. Yeah. This is what we're doing. And it's getting thick already. Like you see, there's foam. So now you see how foamy that is, how thick that is, like a custard. We're gonna turn the stove off, right? And this is the consistency that you're looking for. Hold on. So on a wooden spoon, you should be able to do this. Oh, you have the right consistency. Okay, so you saw the consistency of it. I'm gonna just continue whisking it. So we're gonna take a bowl again, and I'm gonna pour everything out into the bowl slowly, right? And we're gonna continue whisking. Let it cool down some. So we're whisking it to get the air out. Oh my God, you should smell how good it smells in here with the tea that I'm making for it. And that's gonna go in the fridge, and then we're gonna come back to this. So we're gonna take a pause and come back to this. Yeah, so while the tea is cooling off, we're gonna continue whisking this, even though it's off the stove now. And we're gonna slowly start adding the other ingredients. The coconut milk, the sweetened condensed milk, and the Coco López. Si te dicen que yo me estoy curando, es la verdad. So anyway, so in our custard, we're gonna add the coconut milk, and we're gonna continue whisking. This is so creamy and it smells so good already. We're gonna add the sweetened condensed milk. And we're gonna add the Coco López. We might need a spoon, hold on. So the Coco López, I'm gonna add it now. It's really thick. It's basically cream of coconut and it's sweet as well. And we need all of this, all of it. So this is what we're gonna do. So let's continue mixing. Or whisking, should I say. Whisking. Your friends are gonna love you after you give them this. So back in the days, I used to make it with the 151 proof rum, but since they don't have it anymore in the US, so the Don Q was like the next one up. That is Puerto Rican rum that we will be using today. Let me put Don Q right here. Let me put Don Q right here as we whisk. Yeah. So we're whisking. It's a nice consistency. Not thin, not extremely thick. It's just right. Yeah, so we're back. So now we're gonna add the vanilla extract. We're gonna add as much as you want. I'm adding 2 tablespoons, so that's 1, and that's 2. And a little bit extra just because. And we're gonna whisk that in. Ooh-wee. It smells so good. Like, it smells awesome. And last, we're gonna add in the tea, which has cinnamon and star anise. And then at the very last, we're gonna add a little bit of nutmeg and powdered cinnamon. I like the, I think it's a Saigon cinnamon. We're gonna do that. And yeah, we got ourselves some Coquito made with Don Q. Okay, so we have taken out the tea out of the freezer because it cooled down. This is a 1/2 cup of the tea, which is the star anise and the cinnamon. We're gonna pour to measure. And you could do less actually if you feel like it's too much, because we want it creamy. We don't want it watery, right? So we're gonna pour it in as we go. And if you don't need all of it, don't use all of it. It's about having a good time in the kitchen. Don't stress yourself. Relájate. And I'm gonna continue whisking. And the consistency is still there. All right. All right. Si te quieres divertir, ey. We're gonna have a good time in here. Okay? And if we're not having a good time, Don Q is gonna have us have a good time in here with this delicious coquito. Yeah, so okay, so this is the cinnamon, added cinnamon. The Saigon cinnamon is gonna take it up a notch. So we're gonna, it's a teaspoon. We're gonna whisk it in. Ooh-wee. And then lastly, it's gonna be the rum. The Puerto Rican rum. The Puerto Rican rum. The Don Q. Okay, so now we're back. And the most important part is the Don Q, the Puerto Rican rum. This is what's gonna seal the deal. You could pour as much or as little as you want. Like if you want your guests sitting straight, you could pour half a cup. If you want them leaning a little bit to the side, you could pour a cup. If you want them laying down, you could pour 2 cups. I'm just joking, but in all seriousness, just pour as much as you want or as little as you want, and it's gonna be delicious either way. So we're gonna pour in, and this is 1 cup that we're using. And I'm gonna leave this right here. So we're gonna pour it in, and as we pour it in, we're gonna continue whisking. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Pure gold. If you could smell this, I'm already drunk. But it's good. And that's it, you're gonna whisk it. And because I'm extra, let's do some presentation. If you wanna be extra like me and celebrate Christmas Eve, celebrate Christmas. Starting from Noche Buena, this Puerto Rican recipe is gonna be a hit. So because I'm extra, we're gonna get a glass. Oh my goodness. You're gonna just the rim of it in there. This is the cinnamon, grounded cinnamon, and you're gonna cover the corners. Baby, and look at this. Right? And you're gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna get a ladle. A ladder. All right, we're gonna use one of these, whatever they're called. And you're gonna just take this. And I'm gonna pour it in. And like I said, this is your coquito recipe because I'm extra. Cheers. Cheers. Oh my God. Okay. So this is your Puerto Rican coquito from scratch, from the beginning to the end. Don't tell your friends I told you how to make it. So enjoy. Cheers. Some coquito. Si te quieres divertir, ey. Ow. Enjoy and Merry Christmas to you and yours.